Hello, I am Kristen and welcome to my channel on healing my body and mind through nutrition. I have done carnivore for 100 days and slowly transitioning into a more animal-based diet. Today I wanted to give you an update on how it is going, but before we get started, please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, follow along, and comment. So I started the carnivore journey for many reasons, as you know if you've been following me. If you're new here, my whys were many things. It was from depression, anxiety, bloatedness. I have microscopic colitis. I have thyroid issues, autoimmune disease. Specifically, the last time that I was diagnosed, and this was over about 3 years ago before I got pregnant with my son, so maybe a little bit more because he's 2.5, so longer. I was diagnosed with Graves' disease. I have a bulging disc in my neck and in my low back that causes a lot of pain a lot of times. I was getting pain right here between my palm and my thumb. I had fatigue, brain fog, the list goes on, right? There was a lot of things going on with my body. And even though I would let the doctors know all of these things, sweatiness, I talked about recently, feeling sweaty out of nowhere. Even though I knew about my thyroid issue, all my other blood work would always come back normal. And the doctor would just say, be on with your day. There's nothing we can do. Your blood work looks normal, so we don't know why you're feeling like this. And then there was no resolution. There was no trying to figure out why I was feeling these things. So I was left feeling like this for many years. Since having my firstborn, that's really when the depression hit. The anxiety has been since I was young, and I just got tired of feeling this way, which is why I leaned into the carnivore diet that my husband had been telling me to do for a few years when Dr. Sean Baker was on the Joe Rogan show and we saw it and he started to research about it. And I would tell him that I thought he was absolutely crazy. And there was no way that I was going to give up my pasta and my chocolate. And that was just insane. I had done keto before, and I just thought that that's just a diet that a lot of people do when they want to lose weight. But the minute that you go back to eating normal, you're going to gain it back. So it was just all these this thought process in my head, right? Also listening to certain doctors and nutritionists saying how the carnivore diet is crazy, and still to this day they will tell you that it is bad for you. People will comment that it's going to kill you, and it's to a point that I started also listening to all the people who have done the carnivore diet and are on the carnivore diet and all the things that it helped heal in their bodies. And I finally said, why not? Why not give this diet a try? Why not try something different? Change my nutrition. What is the worst thing that can happen? And if the worst thing that can happen is getting rid of my depression, lowering my anxiety, having no more fatigue, no more brain fog, and less inflammation, no bloatedness, then bring on the worst thing that can happen, because that's exactly what happened to me when I went carnivore for 100 days. The road getting here was not easy. It was very hard. And so I'm not going to lie, if you're starting on the carnivore diet, it may not be easy. You'll hear people say that within 2-3 weeks, after going through a little bit of the motions and possibly getting keto flu, that they wake up with this burst of energy. I still do not wake up with a burst of energy. I wake up saying, why do I have to get up right now? I'm so tired. Oh my gosh. This is literally the conversation that I have with myself every morning. And then I get up and I get going, and then I get all the energy as I start moving my body. So as you know, I started implementing more animal-based diets that included adding fruit back into my diet. So I've been doing 3-day reintroduction process, and I started, and I have done watermelon, banana, tangerines. I feel like I'm missing one: blueberries, pineapple, avocado. So most recently with the pineapple, I started to feel the pain again right here in the palm, and I don't know how to explain it. So there's two things. I did a yoga practice. I did yoga and lifting weights through the 100 days of carnivore. And I still had a little bit of pain in the beginning, but that was normal because I was still detoxing from all the other foods and I was still going through the motion, right? But this pain that I got the last 2 days has been so painful that it woke me up at 4 a.m. because of the pain. And I don't know if it's the way I slept or if it's adding the fruit back in, but I have a herniated disc or a bulging disc, I would have to ask my chiropractor, in my neck, where I was months with an excruciating neck pain, and the shooting pain goes down to my shoulder blades where I can barely turn my neck. And as you can imagine, having kids and feeling like this is very, very hard. And I had to go get an MRI because we need to figure out what was going on. Well, when I went to get the MRI, I had my first true excruciating panic attack, where I've always felt a little bit claustrophobic, but when I got into the machine and I started to feel like things were closing in, I tried to count, because many, many years ago when I had to do an MRI, I was getting a little claustrophobic, and the guy walks me through it and he told me, count in your head and focus on counting, because if you move, we need to start again. And I didn't want to start again. So I just started counting, and that really, really helped. Where with my anxiety and everything, I still use this method. I count and I go like this with my fingers, and that's helped. And so obviously I couldn't move in the MRI machine, and I tried to count, and I had to tell them, get me out, get me out. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. It was the most weird, scared feeling that I had in my chest. And to the point that there was just no way I was going to get back in that machine. And so I was so frustrated because I drove really far to this MRI place. I finally got an appointment. I wanted to figure out what was going on because I could not live with this neck pain that I had going on. And so I had to wait and figure out where I can go for what's called an open MRI. And so with the open MRI, the doctor gave me, I forget what medication it was, to kind of calm the nerves. And even with that, I was still so nervous and trembling that they were able to get an image of the MRI, but barely, because I was still kind of moving, because just the noise from the MRI machine triggered my anxiety. So after all that, that's just my backstory. I found out that I have a herniated disc, bulging disc, and that was what was causing the pain. So when I went to my chiropractor, we did decompression, which really, really helped. And I was able to eliminate that pain and get normal feeling in it again. And now every time that I start to feel like my neck is hurting again, I've learned these really good neck exercises that I found on YouTube. So I do that. Well, I don't know if I slept bad or not. This is getting to my point of reintroducing fruits. I know, sorry, long story, but I don't know if I slept bad. I have a pillow that's specifically for my neck that has helped for a few years now, ever since I got it. And I usually don't have any issues like that. The minute that I start to feel a little bit of my neck hurting, I do the stretches and I feel great. Today, I have been in pain all day, where I feel the shooting pain almost towards the center of my back, towards my spine. And when I do my neck stretches to the side, I feel it pulling here. I feel it on this side right now. I've taken 2 Advils today. I have put on some of my essential oils that I have that is kind of like an icy hot. My husband's massaged it a little bit. I don't know what else to do, and I'm so frustrated because I don't know if it's because I slept wrong or if it's because I am reintroducing fruits. And when I start to research whether the fruits can cause the inflammation, there is not a lot of information out there. I specifically also researched pineapple because I started to feel my hands, like I was telling you, hurt after eating pineapple. I didn't feel it with any other fruit, but they're saying that pineapple does not cause inflammation. Then I thought, well, I did yoga, and maybe being in the position doing yoga caused it, although I had done yoga through carnivore and didn't really have that excruciating pain. So either it was that I did something while I was doing yoga, or it was really the pineapple or the fact that I have reintroduced fruit now for about a little over 2 weeks. I'm on, I think, 115 or 16 days now. So that would mean 16 days or so on an animal-based diet and reintroducing fruits. So I'm really sad about this. I don't know if I should continue to reintroduce fruits or if I should take a step back. So today I have not eaten any fruits at all. And I think I'm going to take about 3 days to just kind of detox my body from the fruit. I don't know if that's the right wording or if that's what is going to happen, but I don't know if it's the fruit. And so that's why this is a trial and error elimination reintroduction diet, right? Trying to figure out what works for me, what doesn't, what could possibly be causing this pain. And it's very strange. So as much as I want to say maybe it was the yoga, maybe it was the way I slept, 4 a.m. with this pain, and now with my neck pain, I really do not want this neck pain. I need this to go away. Very, very frustrating. So this is what we're doing, eliminating the fruits for a few days, and then from there I will see what happens and see if I reintroduce something else. I have a spaghetti squash sitting on my counter that I bought, and I have some avocado, but I have not ordered any extra fruit aside from what my kids eat. So in that aspect, I'm fine. And we shall see, because maybe my body just doesn't do well on fruit. Maybe I need to go back full carnivore. We will see. So that is my update for today. And I hope that it is going better for you if you're reintroducing foods. I would love to hear if you've seen any side effects with reintroducing foods. Is it immediate, or is it, or is it like a few days after? Like I notice when I have seed oils, it's pretty much the next day that I feel anxious or get anxiety versus a couple hours. I will say that I wrote it down. I don't have my journal with me right now. I think it was with the pineapple that I had immediate anxiety the other day, and I thought that was really weird, so I wrote that down. Maybe it's something with just the pineapple and not so much the other fruits. So I'm definitely taking a step back from that, and we'll go back into the reintroduction stage, because it's the only way that I'm going to know whether or not all of this is the reintroduction overall of all the fruits within a few days, or was it the one fruit? So that's where it's going to get a little tricky, but moving on through, getting through that reintroduction stage, trying to figure all this out, trying to figure out my body and seeing where I am. And that's where I'm at right now. So I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.